Well, welcome along to Almere in the Netherlands. Game day one in the Basketball World Cup European Qualifiers, the first window. And the Netherlands hosting Iceland here in Group H. First game for both of these nations. And the other two teams in the group have already been in action today. Russia getting the better of Italy a little earlier on. 92-78, the final score in that one. So Russia off to a good start with that victory in St. Petersburg. Both teams here will be involved again in this window. Iceland will travel to St. Petersburg to take on Russia on Monday. And Italy will be hosting the Netherlands in Milan as they look to bounce back from their opening day defeat today. 14-point loss to the Russian side. We'll just see the Iceland team here lining up on the court. The 47th ranked team in the world up against the 45th in the Netherlands, so on paper the potential to be a close contest. Craig Pedersen there, the Icelandic head coach, 56-year-old from Canada. The Netherlands, of course, have an Italian in charge in Maurizio Buscaglia. Both of these teams hoping to qualify for the World Cup for the first time. Iceland, of course, have had to come through pre-qualifying just to get to this stage after they failed to make it to the Eurobasket 2022 finals. Netherlands have qualified, they will be there. And as a result, did not have to go through the pre-qualifying. Iceland in the end getting through to this first round proper relatively comfortably in the end. The action is just a few minutes away now. But before that, we will have the national anthems. The first game, always a decisive and crucial one. Qualification is the aim for the Netherlands and Iceland, both hoping to make it into a World Cup finals for the first time. There's the refereeing team led by Sergei Zashchuk. It is the second day of the window. Game day one, though, for both of these teams. As I mentioned already, they will be involved again on Monday. Russia and Italy, the other two teams in this group. Iceland will be away in both of their fixtures in this first window. They'll play Italy home and away in February. Their two games in July in the last window of qualifying will both be at home against the Netherlands in the reverse fixture, and of course against Russia as well. That'll be on July the 4th. In this first round of qualifying, the top three from each group go through, but the results are carried over, so it is really important to have a good first round. Here's the starting five for Iceland. The names to look out for in particular, the point guard Martin Hermansson, who was pretty important to them in a World Cup qualifying last time around. And their top scorer and key man was Linderson, of course, who does start the centre, who plays his club basketball at Zaragoza. There is Craig Pedersen, the Canadian, who's been in charge since 2014. In terms of ranking, there is very little to separate these two. The Netherlands have qualified for Eurobasket 2022, so this is their first game in qualifying or pre-qualifying. They managed to avoid that as a result of securing their spot at Eurobasket next year. For Iceland, it was a case of starting right at the beginning, one of 8 teams who had to enter the first round of pre-qualifying. Here's the starting five for the Netherlands: Leon Williams, Worthy de Jong, Mohamed Karati, and Zito Kok, along with Shalon Kloof, who's a pretty important player for the Netherlands. Leading free throw scorer, joint leading free throw scorer at the World Cup qualifiers in 2019. And there is Maurizio Buscaglia, the Italian, head coach of the Netherlands, who's been in charge since 2019, currently also coaching at Hapoel Holon in Israel after a spell at Brescia in his home country. And we're almost ready to get underway here in Almere. Just a minute to go. As I said, the results are carried through into the second round of qualifying, so every win, every result counts. 8 teams from pre-qualifying, plus the 24 teams from Eurobasket 2022. Split into 8 groups of 4. The top 3 go through to the second round. So one of these 2 teams at least will be making it through to the second round of qualifying. That is where the teams are divided into groups of 6, with the first round results carried over. The top 3 from each of those groups will make it through to the tournament itself in 2023, the World Cup. So a lot to look forward to. And every game in this first round is absolutely crucial. Home games in particular for the Netherlands, based on their last round of World Cup qualifying, are pretty important. All 3 of their wins coming at home. Though they have lost their last 3 home qualifiers. when it comes to World Cup qualification. Hoping to get off to a good start here and match what Russia did in St. Petersburg earlier today against Italy, getting that all-important first win. Underway then in Almere, the Netherlands and Iceland battling it out in Group H. Iceland in the white, the Netherlands in the dark blue. The visiting team looking to make an early impact here. The three-point attempt is missed, the rebound is claimed, and there's the first foul. Good claim by Fredriksson, who was then caught by Worthy de Jong. There's Steinarsson. Here's Hlynnesson, who is such a key man for Iceland. Certainly wasn't qualifying. Able to pick up his first points there. Tryggvi Hlynnesson. That's a nice play and a good finish too. And Iceland get off the mark quickly here. Martin Hermannsson is another of the really important players in this Iceland team, getting the first points of the game. And the Netherlands looking to respond. What a big rejection that was. Might still be able to make something happen here. That was Hlynnesson with the block. It does end up being 2 points on the board for the Netherlands in the end. And the big man showing his defensive qualities there as well. Steinarsson floats it up, can't get it to go. Hermannsson picks it up again and doubles his tally early on here in this first quarter. 4-2 lead. Instant response though from the Netherlands, and Worthy de Jong knocks down a three to give them the lead for the first time. Hermannsson again. He's been involved a lot early on. There's Hlynnesson. You'll see quite a lot of that, you would imagine, this evening. Tryggvi Hlynesson's first points of the game. Iceland back in front. Lively start here. Another three-point attempt from the Dutch. And Hlynnesson claiming the rebound. And Iceland are hitting their marks early on here. It's a three-pointer from Fredriksson. And they open up a 4-point advantage in 2.5 minutes on the clock so far. Here's de Jong. It's a good pace to the game early on here. Foul drawn by Karasi. There's Hlynnesson getting his first points of the game. Hermannsson started well. 4 points for him so far. Strong start for Iceland here. Karasi missing the first of the free throws. That three-pointer incidentally has become a 2, I think, on review. Looked like Fredriksson did have his foot on the line. And both free throws missed by Karasi. But once again, the Dutch will get a second chance. Not the first time that that's happened in this opening quarter. And it looked as though the chance had gone. Now just getting confirmation, by the way, that three-pointer has been corrected. It is a 2 for Fredriksson. Did look like his foot was on the line. Iceland with some good defensive work there. And Shalon Kloof. It could be a big player for the Netherlands here this evening. Step back for the long 2 here. Iceland's shooting has been pretty spot on so far. Into double digits and a 10-5 lead. Here is Kloof going alone, can't get the finish. Here come the visiting team once again. Hermansson goes for the 3. And that would have opened up a nice 8-point advantage for Iceland. Haven't missed too much so far. Here's Kloof. Leon Williams. Puts up the 2, it's no good. Well claimed. And then given away by Hermansson. Just tried the no-look pass, it didn't work, and he's been punished for it. 3-pointer from Worthy de Jong. Made the steal and then knocked it down. Klinnerson here. Floats one up, can't get it to go. The Netherlands back to within 2, and that was largely of Iceland's own doing here, and now we have a tied game. Amazing how quickly things can just turn around in one moment. Hermansson, well, he's done well. Gets the pass out for the 3-point attempt, no good. And after that really bright start, Iceland are starting to fade a little here. Foul drawn, it'll be a trip to the line. This was the steal, and then the 3-pointer from Worthy de Jong. Good response here from the Dutch. They've taken advantage of a couple of little slip-ups from Iceland after the visitors made a really impressive start. Now 2 from 2 for Kloof. And the Netherlands with a 2-point advantage. Yannick Franke taking the place of Kloof now. Steinarsson. Klinnerson. Tried the hook shot. Hasn't really found his stride yet. It's missed a few already. Trygve Klinnerson. It's 1 from 4 from the field. That will improve, you'd expect. Yannick Franke with a 3-point attempt, looking to make his impact early on. Martin Hermansson. Christopher Acox there, who's been penalised here, the offensive foul. It'll come in together with Yannick Franke. Here is Franke again. Worthy de Jong with a fake. Steps inside. This is Van der Vries. He couldn't quite pick out his teammate there, and Iceland looking to make full advantage of this. The layup completed by Steinarsson, but a quick response from the Netherlands, who regained the lead. 3-point advantage here for the Dutch, 15-12. It's been fast-paced. This briefly tied the game, but a great response. Yannick Franke making the three. Hermansson. Oh, lovely no-look pass. Great finish too. Christopher Acox with the layup. How about the no-look assist from Martin Hermansson? Turnover. And Iceland looking to make full use of it again. Acox picking up another couple. The visiting team back in the lead. Well, turnovers coming thick and fast at the moment, the Dutch, and that is some play. And it's that man again, Acox with the dunk to finish. What a spell for Iceland. The behind-the-back assist. Steinarsson, such composure. Same combination, same result. First time out called, Iceland up by 3, 18 points to 15.
From the passer, open the floor, open the floor. One drive, one kick, extra pass, take the shot. Or if we drive, anti the rim. It's okay to start faster, more energy on the floor, very physically. It's okay, he's the leap a lot. For you, it's just one step, and then back with him. And guys, the second circle, okay? The last man from the weak side, okay, rotation, go.
Let's go, let's go.
Great spell from Iceland. 6 points in quick succession. Christopher Acox racking up the points. The Netherlands just need to try and re-establish some control. There was quite a few turnovers in that little sequence of points. Van der Vries for the three-point attempt. Oh, good put back there. Really well claimed. Pretty good finish as well from Yannick Franke. He's made an impact since his introduction. 5 points now. And that is another long two. I think his foot was just on the line. Fredriksson restoring that 3-point lead for Iceland here with just under 2 minutes left in the first quarter. Van der Vries goes for the layup, can't get it to go. And then the loose pass from Olafur Olafsson. It's Van der Vries again. And foul is called here. Yannick Franke drawing it. That will be a trip to the line for Yannick Franke. 5 points already. Makes it 6, looking to make it 7. And make this a 1-point game again. Close in the world rankings, these two. There's always the potential this could be a tight game. It's the way it's proving so far. Here's Fredriksson. Just wouldn't quite go there, but there will be another three-point attempt. No doubt about that one from distance. Four-point lead now for Iceland. Gudmundsson knocking it down as the Dutch look to respond quickly again. Can't do so this time. Into the final minute of the first quarter. Gudmundsson with the pass, and Hlynnesson under a lot of pressure. Not quite able to make that one count. Another three-point attempt from Gudmundsson. That one wasn't quite of the same quality as the previous one, but have given Iceland a nice-looking 7-point lead as we approach the end of the first quarter here. Here's Van der Vries into the corner. Gets it back again. Goes for the three-point attempt, and Hlynnesson claiming the rebound. Final couple of seconds here, and not enough time to get the shot away. So that brings the first quarter to a close. It's been a good battle so far. Iceland have the lead. It's a 4-point advantage for the visiting team, 23-19. A good battle developing here. Iceland just a little more clinical, just 30% field goals made, 2-pointers that is, 38 from distance. Actually been a bit better than Netherlands with their long distance shooting. And a little more disciplined in terms of giving away fouls. No free throws for Iceland so far in the game. But overall they'll be happy with the scoreboard as it stands. Defensively excellent in that first quarter, Iceland. There was the big block early on from Hlynnesson. Really making a statement. He hasn't quite found his rhythm yet. Not been able to put away the cheap points that he's usually able to pick up. But others have been able to contribute, the likes of Christopher Acox and Elvar Fredriksson. Both currently on 6 points. And if Iceland can get a little more out of Tryggvi Hlynnesson, the Dutch could be in for a tough evening. He's got 2 points and 2 rebounds so far, but expect a bit more from him as this game develops. An outstanding record in the pre-qualifying. Scored a double-double in 4 of the 6 games in the first round of pre-qualifying, Hlynnesson, and a double-double in a narrow defeat to Montenegro in the second round of pre-qualifying. The start of the second quarter here. The Netherlands trail by 4 in the dark blue. As Yannick Franke goes for the three-pointer, that's a great way to start the second period. Slashes the lead significantly. Martin Hermansson, who could be a really key player for Iceland in this game. In the 2019 World Cup qualifiers, he was the only European player with more than 6 appearances to average 20-plus points per game, averaging 21.5 in the end. Scored more than 20 points in 4 of his 6 games, with a high score of 29 against the Czech Republic. This is the 3 from Yannick Franke. He certainly made an impact, not a starter. Certainly a big contribution since his involvement began. A nice bounce pass and the one-handed dunk. Van Zegeren giving the Netherlands the lead. They made a good start to this second quarter here. Up by 1, having been down by 4. Iceland looking to come back and get their first points of this second period. Foul drawn, it'll be a trip to the line for the first time in the game for the visiting team. Steinarsson makes it 2 from 2 from the line, and the lead changes hand once more. I think we might have a lot of that over the course of this game. Steinarsson getting involved. A couple of steals for him already. There were a few turnovers from the Netherlands. It's a nice bounce pass from Van der Vos de Vries, but no finish from Van Zegeren, who does draw the foul. Second foul for Hlynnesson. A 2 from 2 for Van Zegeren. Martin Hermansson can't get it to go. Hlynnesson did well just to help that out to Steinarsson. Another foul drawn. Second trip to the foul line for Iceland. Didn't have any free throws in the first quarter. And no trouble from the line for Martin Hermansen. The Dutch respond brilliantly again. Much better in the early stages of the second quarter here, more clinical. Shane Hammick drains one from distance. Open up a 2-point lead. Steinarsson found the gap. Gudmundsson looking for the layup and makes it. Tied game here, but for how long? Not long is the answer. Karazi with the finish. This game being played at a fast pace. Fredriksson with a no-look pass out to Hlynnesson. Hermansen. And again for three. Good! Martin Hermansen moves on to 9 points for the game. Prolific in World Cup qualifying last time around. As the Dutch try and respond once more. Fredriksson did well. It's a 1-point lead for Iceland. Can they restore that 4-point advantage that they had at the end of the first quarter? Just slowed down here by Martin Hermansen. A lot of Dutch shirts ahead of him. Fredriksson. Got to go for this here. 3-point attempt, but the whistle had gone. Foul drawn. It's turnover for travelling here. That was the decision. Nice finish there from Karazi. Still such a tight game here. Franke to Key van der Vries, who wasn't quite able to set up Matt Harms there. Van der Vries. And this will be easily put away by Harms. Gets his first points of the game, restores the Netherlands' lead again. They just waited to deliver that pass. Van der Vries has picked up 4 assists already. So timeout is called. And what is a very tight game here. Approaching the midway point of the second quarter, Netherlands up by 1, 33-32.
Jon Axel on the wing, okay? Elvar, we're going to pass it double away, like we talked about, because they're switching guard to guard. Ayer, come over, slip. If it's not there, Martin's coming to get the ball. Crystal, Flair, Elvar, and then go into a screen with Martin. Here. Yeah, you're going to start here, and then when it goes to the wing, you and Elvar double away for Martin. Tell me, you get it? Flair, Elvar, ball screen Martin if it's not there. Okay?
Come on, on.
So can Iceland get themselves back in front? That's exactly what they've done. Quickly adding another 2 there, Steinarsson. Good work from Karazi, but turned over. And then Gudmundsson draws the foul. Claiming his first assist there, setting up Steinarsson, who has 6 points now. And 4 assists, having a good game. There's going to be a review here. I'm assuming they're just going to have a look at that. It's coming together, Karazi and Gudmundsson. See maybe if there's a little trip. Let's have another look here. There's the steal. Having a long look at this. It's hard to see exactly where the contact is. There is the touch. Just around about waist height from Karazi. Dutch players just in discussion here. The foul confirmed. Standard personal foul attributed to Mohamed Karazi. Well, Iceland with a narrow lead. Not extended there with that three-point attempt missed. Underburst de Vries. And that is a foul. Christopher Aycock's penalised. Matt Harms will get the opportunity from the line here. And the lead continues to change hands with regularity here. Neither team has been able to really pull away at any stage, and just when it looked like the Netherlands might get a chance to start building that advantage, the offensive foul called. Leon Williams paying the price. Steinarsson. Hermansson weaving his way through, managed to get the pass away. Aycock, who was 3 from 3 from the field, not able to put that one away. Mohamed Karazi has drawn the foul. Olofsson player penalised. Kloof goes for the long two, knocks it down. Olofsson. Oh, it's a nice pass. Just no finish there on that occasion from Christopher Acox. I think he was looking for a foul. Kloof. Good defense again. Acox, the man providing the resistance. Martin Hermansson. Acox just couldn't quite finish. It's a difficult one to attempt there. Just had a little spell here where the scoreboard hasn't been troubled. And the Dutch going to get the decision here. A three-point play possibility for Matt Harms. Wasn't able to add to it, so it remains a 5-point lead. Now it'll be Iceland to go to the free throw line. Leon Williams picking up another foul. Hermansson makes the first to move into double digits. 10 points. 2 rebounds and 2 assists as well. And Iceland continue to be perfect from the line. 6 from 6 for them. The Netherlands have missed 3 from 11. Here comes Kloof winding his way through. Linison did enough to stop him. De Jong, and he draws the foul. And commits the foul, rather. And have another look here. Oh, there it is. Thought it had gone the other way initially, but Hermansson drawing the foul from Worthy de Jong. Steinarsson. Just under 2.5 minutes left in the first half here. Hermansson goes for the 2 and knocks it down again. Continues to increase his personal tally. We have a 1-point game yet again here. Kloof assessing the options, looking for a way through. Draws the foul this time. No successful trip to the foul line for Kloof. And Iceland again, responding superbly. Along two to make it a one-point game once more. Olofsson. Iceland could take the lead here. Fredriksson denied. Iceland will retain it. Gito Koch with the block. As a timeout is called here. A little over a minute left in the first half. It is still so tight. Netherlands up by one. 41-40. It's Iceland who've called the timeout.
With two curls. Okay, so the ball's out here. Elvar, you take it out. Okay, and we have Martin, and we have Kauri, Jon Axel, and Trygve. Okay, so we're going and get out of there quick because Martin's coming. He's not there. Jon Axel, you're stepping up. Okay, and then we're going to go into fist down screen, Trygve, ball, and then the pin down for Elvar coming. Okay, read it. Then the next time up, we run two side again. But listen, look for this. Jon Axel, you're the foreman. You're going to set it, and when he comes off you, dive. It's wide open. They're switching.
So a pretty critical minute or so coming up here. Iceland and the Netherlands separated by just a single point. Both teams have had 5-point leads at various stages in this game, but that is the maximum. Iceland had it early on, they went 10-5 up. More recently, the Dutch were up by 5, 39-34. But it's a one-point game as it stands. Iceland continuing to apply the pressure. Trying to turn that in their favour here. Amundsen, three-pointer attempted. And still the Dutch just can't seem to get hold of possession. Clock will reset here. Iceland will go again. Gudmundsson leaves it for Fredriksson. Draws a foul. De Jong it was. Fredriksson nails the first one. Iceland have yet to miss a free throw in this game. Nice to retake the lead. Well, there is the first miss, and we have a tied game with just over 30 seconds to go in the first half. Kloof, travelling called. It's just been a little bit scrappy in the last minute or so. A few of those types of unforced errors, if you like. Pretty even right down the line in terms of stats. Various categories, nothing to choose between the teams as Iceland move ahead on the brink of the half-time buzzer. It's a three-pointer, and the Dutch looking to respond. They haven't been able to do so, and that is a nice little booster for the visiting team as we approach the midway point here. 3 points the difference at the interval, 44-41. Iceland stealing the advantage at the death. It has been up and down, the lead changing hand so many times over the course of the 20 minutes we've seen. Iceland a little more clinical, and the Netherlands a little better from distance. Otherwise, it's all pretty even, as you would expect in a tight game like this one. Both teams have had up to a 5-point lead. Hermansen leading the way in terms of the point scoring, 13 for him. One of two Icelandic players to make it into double digits in the first half here. Fridriksson with 12 points. Also making an important contribution. We can have a little look at the best plays here in this first half. That was a big block from Linison early on. Player who we thought might be really involved today and hasn't quite been able to make that contribution that we might expect. Fridriksson here certainly has done that. Double digits for him in terms of point scoring. Steinison as well making an important contribution. 6 points, 4 assists for him. More assists than anybody else. Fridriksson, as I mentioned, 12 points for him, just one less than the game's leading scorer, Martin Hermansen, who's certainly done a good job leading the way. Joint highest number of rebounds in that first half for Iceland. 2 assists as well. Nobody in his team has managed more than that, apart from Steinison, I beg your pardon, 4 for him. But 13 points. The game leader, Hermansen. And the Dutch have certainly kept in touch with the visiting team. They've spread out the points. Yannick Franke, the only one in double digits. Played just over half of that opening 20 minutes. 10 points for him. A couple of rebounds as well. Karazi has made a good contribution, 4 points. 4 rebounds and an assist as well. 5 assists for Van der Vries, who wasn't among the starting 5, but has made a big contribution as a provider. As I say, the points pretty evenly spread. 8 different point scorers for the Netherlands. And they will certainly feel they have the potential to turn this game around. It is so tight. The lead stolen at the death with a 3-pointer. And it has been a good watch. A fascinating battle so far, and it promises to go right down to the wire. We'll be back in a few minutes for the second half here in Almere.
zat al te kijken, maar voor mij was het echt maar 1 druppel.
Well, welcome back to Almere. First half completed in this first game for both the Netherlands and Iceland. Their first game from Group H. Martin Hermansson leading the way in terms of point scoring in this first half. 13. 4 from 8 from the field and 4 from 4 from the foul line. He's led this team well. He's an important player for them the last time they took part in World Cup qualifying. Certainly making a big contribution here. He can beat the Netherlands on the road. It gives them a pretty decent chance of making it through to the second round of qualifying. Obviously very early days, but the top 3 from this group will advance. Italy and Russia, the other 2 teams involved. Russia beating Italy earlier today, remember. So they get the first win, a home victory in St. Petersburg. And the Netherlands have a little bit of work to do, but it is very much all up for grabs at the moment. Yannick Franke hitting 3 from 6 from the field, 10 points, the only Dutch player in double digits. But they have spread out the point scoring, 8 different scorers in that first half. Iceland a little more reliant on a core group of players, it would seem. Certainly that's what the numbers are telling us at the moment. And it's whether they can keep up that level of intensity over the course of this game. As you can see, the Dutch team have made their way out. Start with their warm-up before the third quarter gets underway. It's just a 3-point game. It was a 3-pointer that actually sealed the advantage for Iceland at the death. The Netherlands did have an opportunity to close the gap. Shane Hammick missing the layup late on. And it was after Fredriksson had hit that 3 with about 11 seconds left. Van der Vries leading the way for the Netherlands in terms of assists. 5 for him. Didn't start, but has made a big contribution. 4 rebounds for Worthy de Jong. He's also made a solid contribution across the board. There's Yannick Franke in the picture at the moment. Top scorer, as we said, with 10 in that first quarter. 1 assist and 2 rebounds for him. Iceland will play another away game on Monday. They go to St. Petersburg to face Russia. Home and away against Italy in February in the next window. The Netherlands will go to Milan for their first away game in qualifying, take on the Italian team. The reverse fixture, incidentally, Iceland will host the Netherlands in July. 1st of July, that game is scheduled to take place. Both teams here hoping to qualify for the World Cup. In the Netherlands' case, it is actually the second time they would make it. They last qualified in 1986 and achieved a 13th place finish. For Iceland, it would be a first ever World Cup. They have competed in the last 2 editions of Eurobasket, each time failing to win any of their 5 games. Failed to qualify for Eurobasket 2022. The Netherlands will be there. And they did have to come through that pre-qualifying, the 2 rounds of pre-qualifying. Martin Hermansson, who's been an important player for them in the past, as I mentioned. World Cup qualifiers played 6 games, average rather over 20 points per game, 21.5 is average over the course of the qualifiers. Highest European average for players who are involved in 6 or more games, including 29 points against the Czech Republic. But Trygve Klinesen has been a player that maybe we expected a bit more from so far this evening. Hasn't really managed to get going. Double-doubles in 4 of the 6 games in the first round of pre-qualifiers against Kosovo, Luxembourg and Slovakia. Also managed a double-double against Montenegro in a narrow defeat, so 2-point loss that game. In the second round of pre-qualifiers, Montenegro hosting that particular group. And they won all 4 of their games, 2 against Iceland and 2 against Denmark. Denmark losing all 4, they lost both of their games against the Icelandic team, who secured 2nd place, which is good enough to get them into the first round of qualifying. It should be a fascinating second half because it has been a terrific battle so far. The lead has changed hands so many times. Iceland opening up a 5-point lead. Fairly early on, they led 10-5. And they ended the first quarter with a 4-point advantage. At one point in the second quarter, they actually trailed by 5, 39-34. But last couple of minutes or so in that second quarter, they worked their way right back into the contest and ended up finishing the second quarter with a 3-point lead. Finished off the quarter with a 6-point streak to go from 3 points down to 3 points up. But really, it is pretty much where we were. I don't think that 3 points is going to be particularly significant at this stage. It is going to depend on how well both teams start this third quarter, particularly the Dutch, perhaps because they are chasing a very small deficit. But if they were to start slowly and give Iceland the opportunity to extend that lead, then all of a sudden there's a bit of pressure that the scoreboard adds. So these early exchanges, absolutely crucial. Back and away then in Almere, the Netherlands hosting Iceland and trailing by 3 at the start of the third quarter here, 44-41. The Icelandic team lead and looking to increase that lead early with a 3-point attempt from Fridriksson, which is missed. Would have doubled the advantage and given a 6-point lead for either team for a first time in the game here. Here's Mohamed Karazi. 3-point attempted, no good. It's good work by Gudmundsson. Manages to get the pass out. And Martin Hermansson drawing the foul. Picking up where he left off. Such a good contribution from him in that first half. Draws the foul from Kloof. And 2 from 2 from the line again. Iceland have been very good indeed with their free throws. Haven't seen many missed at all. In fact, 10 from 13 for the Dutch and now 9 from 10 for Iceland, whose 5-point lead is cut back down to 3 quickly. Hermansson goes for the 2 and knocks it down. He's racking the points up now. Once again, a 5-point lead. This is the biggest lead we've seen in the game. The joint biggest lead, that is. Hermansson to Gudmundsson, gets it! That's big! A 3-pointer from Jan-Axel Gudmundsson, and the biggest lead of the contest so far for Iceland, who move into the 50s and have an 8-point advantage. Good start to the second half. First time out caught by the Dutch, who trail by 51 to 43.
Matchup faster, early matchup, like now. It's one dribble here, it's one dribble here, and they start on a 3-point line. Our defense needs 2 step backward, everybody. It's okay. We have one urge to use the dribble back, until the dribble back, then come. And then from the second line, we back. 2. If we stop and we side, just back forward. If you have one push press, you do it. It's okay. But we always feel like playing off court. Last 14 seconds, 20 seconds.
So the Netherlands find themselves 8 points down. This is the biggest deficit that either side has had to come up against in this game. The host might just start to feel the pressure if they can't get some points on the board here. Glynisson with the rebound. Steinarsson. Fredriksson. Glynisson unable to win that one. Oh, nice play. No finish, though. The Dutch just can't put away their chances at the moment. Steinarsson makes it. He was looking for the foul as well, nothing given. But he'll take that as we have our first double-digit lead of the contest. What a start to the second half here for Iceland. Really well claimed, that one, by Zito Kok. Here is Shalom Kloof, and Glynisson claims another rebound. And he's starting to have an impact now. As another foul is drawn by Fredriksson. Well, this would have been some play had Iceland not been able to see that to safety. There's the foul. And this was always a little possible danger for the Dutch here, that they start slowly in the second half and Iceland are able to extend that lead. Add a bit of scoreboard pressure. Five, the maximum lead. Both teams up by 5 in the first half at different points in the game. Now it's a 12-point advantage, more than double that. The next couple of minutes are huge here for the Netherlands. Here's Yannick Franke, top scorer for the Dutch so far. Loose pass. And look at that reaction on the Iceland bench. Big opportunity here to build on some really solid foundations. Hermansson. Fredriksson. Always lost out that time, the steal and the foul. Plenty to think about at the moment for Maurizio Buscaglia. As Kloof takes on the free throws here. First one's good. Second one is not. Linison claiming that rebound. A lot of defensive rebounds from him in the early stages of the second half. He's drawn a foul here. Final touch off Kloof there. Oh, great play, and the foul drawn by Martin Hermansson yet again. Well worked this by Iceland. It's Leon Williams. He picks up the personal foul. Hermansson. It's been pretty clinical from the foul line so far. He's just made it 8 from 8. $19 points now for Martin Hermansson. And the lead is now 13, quickly cut to 11. The Dutch really needed that. Only scored 5 points so far in this third quarter. Linison, this is where he can be dangerous. Not that time, though. Travelling the call. Williams finds the gap, denied by Linison. Big rejection. Not for the first time tonight. Turnover. The Dutch can still make something happen here. Good finish from Kloof. Fredriksson found the gap. Almost picked out Linison. It's another turnover, and Iceland just starting to give away cheap possession. And that should have been an easy finish, really. That is a missed opportunity for the Netherlands to close the gap to 7 points. Hamming would love another go at that one. Looked like he was about to put it away. There's the block a few moments ago from Linison. And there's the missed layup from Shane Hamming. Timeout has been called here. It is still a 9-point lead for Iceland. They lead 57-48.
When Martin gets a ball screen now, we need to step up, okay? Martin, you might have to pop back. But listen, first, next play here. Martin, you need to get yourself open here, okay? Same thing as the first half, but with Trigby, okay? You're coming to set a ball screen, Trigby, and then you're slipping, okay? Martin, just jab and look for him, okay? When we we're entering to Martin, we're staggering away, Trigby's gonna look to slip it, okay? But when we
me or am I just getting open?
You're just getting open, okay? So we're like that 2-3 set like we did in the first half for IU, okay? Because they're trapping now, or they're hedging hard. Right? But we got to get this action going at the same time.
Here is Hermansen. Oh, great pass. Linderson couldn't quite throw it down. Would have backed him in that position. Kloof. Oh, lovely pass. And it does finally make its way in via the touch from Johan Willem van Zengeren. Much needed for the Netherlands. They were just starting to get themselves back in this here. There's Hamming. That's good. Very different look to the scoreboard now. Yannick Franke with another 2. First point of the second half for him. Suddenly a 5-point game. These leads can evaporate so quickly. And that's what's happening to Iceland here. Hermansen's pass is a loose one. And they've just lost a little bit of shape and composure. That's a nice pass, well worked. What a play! The throwdown was easy. It was all about the build-up. And the Netherlands back to within 3. They've come storming back here. Steinarsson. Just getting Iceland back on the board again. Moves into double digits, 10 points, 5 assists. The 3-point attempt is missed. Goodmanson draws, well, he thought he was going to draw the foul. It's an offensive foul called. This was brilliant. Williams providing the assist in the end. Good little spell here for the Dutch. Iceland have a 5-point lead. And still, at the moment, better off than they were at half-time, which will be pleasing, but not anymore. How big could that 3-pointer be? The Netherlands getting closer. Yannick Franke increases his personal tally, 15 points now. We have a tight game again. A double-digit lead for Iceland in this second half, evaporating so quickly. Mauricio Buscalia's team have found their feet in the third quarter. Yannick Franke. Foul drawn, and Matt Harms can go to the line and tie the game. Craig Pedersen with plenty to think about here. Harms missing the first free throw. And knocks down the second to make it a one-point game again. And it wasn't that long ago that Iceland were 13 points clear. Just over a minute and a half left in the third quarter. Travelling the call this time, frustrating for Iceland. It was all going so well. Van der Vries finding Yannick Franke, and now a chance for the Dutch to take the lead. Matt Harms couldn't make it count though. Fredriksson has gone for the shot, and it's no good. Hammick on the move. A little layoff for the three-point attempt. Christopher Acox claiming the rebound. Steinarsson. Momentum is with the Dutch at the moment. Steinarsson looking for a way through. And one. Draws the foul. Outwitting three of the Dutch players there. That is some play from Steinarsson. He can make it a three-point play. Which is exactly what he does. Steinarsson. Replaced Hermansson coming on. Van der Vries. Yannick Franke couldn't get it to go. Out of bounds. Final few seconds here. Can Fredriksson do what he did at the end of the second quarter? Not this time. So Iceland do still lead, but given that the Netherlands were 13 points down at one stage in that quarter, they'll be happy enough with a 4-point deficit here as we head into the final period. 58-62. Iceland still with the advantage here. Can they see it through? Still making around 58% of their two-point attempts. A little better than the Dutch, pretty similar with the three-pointers. And free throws, 93% for Iceland. They're taking their chances when they come. And it was the visiting team who got off to that amazing start in the third quarter, just started running away with it, building up that lead. 13 points at one stage, that was the difference. And had they just been able to keep that momentum for a little longer, then the Dutch could be facing a huge task here in the fourth quarter. But the fight back was impressive from the Dutch, led by Yannick Franke. .15 points for Franke. Seven assists, by the way, for Kay van der Vries. Continues to make an important contribution. Iceland now have three players in double digits. Hermansson with 19, 14 for Fredriksson, and 13 for Steinarsson. Linnesson still with just 2 points, but he did win 5 rebounds in that third quarter. Just a reminder, that you can download the app and follow all the action for free. Qualifying window into its second day. First game for both of these nations in a group with Russia and Italy, who faced each other earlier on. Russia getting that win at home in St. Petersburg against the Italians. As Van der Vries looks to get his first points of the game, couldn't make that three-pointer go. None from 4 from the field for him, but plenty of assists, as I've said. 7 in total, rather, for Van der Vries. Fredriksson just stepping out of bounds there. It's an attempted layup missed, but the foul drawn. So Shane Hamming can go to the line and try and halve the deficit here. 4 points separating the Netherlands and Iceland. Would be a huge away win for Iceland. Long way to go before that is confirmed. A lot can happen, as we've seen, in a very short space of time. Would not be at all surprising to see the lead change hands a bit in this fourth quarter. Didn't see that in the third, because Iceland made such a good start and they turned their 3-point lead into a 13-point lead at one stage. Cut back down to 4 by the time the final buzzer went in that third quarter. The bounce pass is a nice one. Acox denied a route through. And here comes Worthy de Jong spinning away and finishing well to tie the game. Back to square one. Oh, great bounce pass. Oh, lovely finish. Fredriksson with the layup. And Iceland back in front. They haven't trailed since the first half. De Jong. Matt Harms penalised for travelling. Great finish there from Worthy de Jong. Fredriksson. It's Kloop who's been penalised there for the foul. Turned over. Having some of the rare mistake. Not punished by Kloop this time, though. Olofsson with the rebound. He's got to just watch himself because he's picked up 4 fouls, Olofsson. Fredriksson gets it back quickly from Acox, who gets it back and just can't apply the finish. Nice exchange, just lacking the final touch. And there is the layup from Hamming to tie it again. We are poised for a tight finish. Fredriksson. Another turnover here. De Jong providing the assist there for Hamming, who tied the game. Travelling the call just now against Martin Hermansson. It's frustrating for Iceland. Could find themselves behind shortly for the first time since the first half. Van der Vries comes to nothing. The Netherlands did have the lead fairly late in the second quarter. They were up 41-40. That was the last time they led. It's another travelling call. Been a few of those. A little bit of pressure, maybe proving decisive here. Great run from Worthy de Jong. Oh yes, turning on the style. Double digits for him, 10 points, 6 rebounds, and the Netherlands lead for the first time in the second half. Olofsson looking for the instant response. Steinarsson and Hermansson knocks it down. Iceland hitting back. This really could go right down to the wire. Into the 20s, Hermansson. It's a great point-scoring average in World Cup qualifying, dating back to the 2019 qualifiers. Shito Koch with the travelling call this time. The turnovers, almost twice as many for Iceland in this game. They lead on the scoreboard, which is all that counts. And they almost got their three-point lead back. Up by 3 at the half-time interval. Up by 4 at the end of the third. Precarious 1-point lead as it stands now. And it is a 3-point advantage. Martin Hermansson just keeps on adding the points. 24 now. Approaching the halfway point in the final period of the game. There's Van der Vries. A nice bounce pass, no finish. And no possession at the end of it for the Netherlands either. This was well worked again by Iceland. Martin Hermansson has been taken out for the time being. No doubt he'll make an introduction to help finish the game here, try and get Iceland over the line. Here's Fredriksson. And Gudmundsson here, rather. That is a pass that has found its way to Linnesson. He's had a quiet game, but maybe his time is now. Iceland open up a 5-point lead. Just 2 from 8 from the field for the big man. But there's another block. That's 3 in the game. Well, the Netherlands staying in touch. Williams getting the 2 to make it a 3-point game. Iceland looking to double that lead. Missed attempt from Stanison. Less than 4 minutes to go. Foul called. Olofsson taken out here, and Iceland have survived with their 3-point lead intact. Hermansson is back on, by the way. Can he see his team to victory? It would be a huge win and a perfect start to the qualifying process. The turnover, though, been a few too many of those from Iceland, and it might just come back to bite them late on. Oh, would you believe it? Jito Kopp penalised for travelling. There have been a lot of travelling calls in this game. Can't argue with it. Timeout called, 3:17 left. The Netherlands down by 3, 68-71.
Keep the ball in one side. Don't keep the ball in one side. If you want, pass out and relocate, but in. No one knows. It's okay. Like this you go. On the first rack. Okay. And when we drive and kick second ball screen and basket. Don't play the mismatch.
We were good when we're getting stopped. Get stopped.
Well, these two teams, in terms of the FIBA rankings, are the lower-ranked teams in the group. Netherlands 45, Iceland 47. Obviously, the other two teams much higher up. Italy are 8th in the world, beaten by the 14th best team in the world, Russia, today. Russia did have home advantage. The logic dictates that these two are likely to be fighting it out for the 3rd qualifying spot to make it through to the 2nd round of qualifying. So this game is absolutely huge. And if Iceland could get the win here on the road, it would put them in a great position, give them a real fighting chance. Worthing Young with the attempted hook shot, and Hlynnesson claiming one of those rebounds. Picked up a few in the second half that could be so important. As I mentioned, by his standards, it's been quite a quiet game. 4 points, but now 7 rebounds. Here he is again. Gudmundsson with a long 3-point attempt, which is good. Oh, wow. John Axel Gudmundsson. Another into double digits for Iceland. More importantly, it's a 6-point lead. And Hlynnesson providing a rebound there after providing the assist for that 3-pointer from Gudmundsson. Iceland suddenly really looking like the favourites to go on and win this. Will this drop from Hermansson? That might be the moment. Look at the reaction from the Iceland players. They know how big that is. 9 points the difference. This huge 3 from Gudmundsson. was a big moment as well, and now with a 9-point advantage and 93 seconds to play, Iceland are closing in on the victory.
Yes, okay, now Yana, we play with a big Spanish, okay, record. Okay, Shalom, you have the ball on the screen. It's okay, like this, for the threes. If you have no space, a second will screen for the threes. And then we switch on defense, red the flag. We switch red the flag on defense. And now every single offense, from the drag to active, drive and kick. From the drag, you one drag and you play the bottom, and you drive and kick. Come on, let's go. You have to do one Spanish.
Shoot and get on the glass. They love two.
Well, what can the Netherlands do from here? Those back-to-back threes have done some serious damage. Gudmundsson and Hermansson. Have just given Iceland a really nice cushion. I've got a couple of did have a couple of fouls to play with in the last few seconds here, just to help run that clock down. Seconds are becoming pretty precious here to the Dutch. Charles Kloof, Yannick Franke. Running out of time. Floated up and in. Franke adds to his tally. Changes being made. It's a 7-point game, 70 seconds left. They're not out of this, the Netherlands. It's going to take a big effort and some sharp shooting. But it's not impossible. Hermansson will do his best to run the clock down here. Floats one up. Linnesson took it well. No foul drawn. That's what he was hoping for. The big man. Not going to have too much time to make much of this here. After that block shot. And there's going to be a review. All really important, of course, at this stage. I think they're just looking to see which way this call should go. So maybe come off the hand of Linnesson. I think that is the issue. There's the block. From Yannick Franke. Anxious wait. Don't think we're going to learn too much from that angle. Obscured by the backboard. It's just to see whether Linnesson gets an additional touch to it before that ball goes out of bounds. But the official satisfied that the original call was correct. Not much time, though, for Iceland here. It's going to have to be a quick 1-2. Oh, turned over and thrown down. Well, worked out pretty well for the Netherlands in the end. But it is still a 5-point lead for Iceland. Offensive foul called. Hermansson holds his head in his hands. Kloof, and foul called the other way this time, the offensive foul. And you heard the big cheer from Iceland's bench. There it was, Chito Koch. And Iceland could just run this down now. Timeout called. Craig Pedersen will have a few words for his players, but they are nearly there.
Listen. 3 PR here, okay? Is the ball on the side? Yeah, right here. Is it on the side? Yeah, here. No, I want it on the side. Side. Don't actually take the ball out. Yeah, but it's in. We're going this way. Martin is here. Ayer is here. Elvar is here. You're going to face like you're going to screen for Martin. Martin, you're going. If he's open, throw it. Otherwise, turn here, come, then trick go. Out the fucking way.
That's a 5-point lead for Iceland. Feel as though anything that's not too drastic should be good enough for them at this point. Trying to make something happen here. Hasn't quite gone to plan. Fredriksson just unable to get that one under control. The Dutch are going to have to move quickly here. It's a turnover though. I'll take the foul. And that is likely to be job done, it seems. Managing the game in these closing stages always difficult. Iceland look like they've done enough. Still 10 seconds to go. You never know. Dutch are pushing hard to try and make something happen here. A couple of late turnovers here for Iceland, just making life a little bit more difficult for themselves. It's credit to the Dutch here, they haven't given up hope. Quick score makes it a real possibility all of a sudden. It's another official review going on. Just want to check on this turnover, I think. 25 turnovers for Iceland in this game. I don't really... I think it's the time, actually, they're looking at, rather than the actual decision. I was going to say, I can't really see any issue with the call, but it's the time, it's the clock. As you can see at the moment, it's around about the 12-second mark, so just adds a second and a half or so to what was on the shot clock, or on the game clock, I should say, before that. Times from the ball went out of bounds there. So I think it'll be set to around 11.9, 12 seconds. Every last moment counts. I think now she's satisfied. 10.8 seconds remaining. Satisfied with the call as well. As the Dutch look to make something happen. They've got points on the board. Timeout called. This game is not over. 3 points in it. Iceland called the timeout. 74-77.
If he's not open, Trigby, okay, actually, elbow start a little bit like this, then we got to come back to the ball, okay? I want to pass to Martin, okay? And then it's got to go to Trigby, and then you got to be strong with the ball.
Well, what can Iceland do from here? Just to see this out, 5 seconds left, foul called. Next foul will lead to free throws, and maybe then Iceland can put this game to bed, if that's the route that the Dutch take. They have a 3-point lead. If they get it to 4 or more, then should be job done. There's the foul. Steinarsson making the 2. And that should be that. Sigh of relief, I think, more than anything else. Just to make it a 6-point lead with less than 4 seconds to play. Charlotte Kloof will just have to throw this and hope. And it does make it on the buzzer, but it's not going to be enough. And Iceland get the win. Or have they? There's another review. That's it. Confirmed. And Iceland can celebrate a huge victory. These two teams always likely to be fighting it out for third place in this group, given the ranking of the other two, Italy and Russia. That made this game, the opening game of this group, so important. But it is Iceland who have edged it, 79-77, and they get the win on the road. Well, it was certainly uncomfortable in those closing moments for Iceland. They maybe made life a little bit more difficult for themselves than they needed to. Just making sure that they got the job done. Not a huge amount in it. And head-to-head does come into it, of course, in this group stage. And there is an awfully long way to go. Italy and Russia, you feel, will be the leaders. Certainly the front runners when it comes to this group. So these two battling it out for that all-important third spot. That's what we expect anyway. You never know, stranger things have happened. But that's why this game was so big. That's why it was so important. And for Iceland to get a win on the road is huge. It was so tight, it could have gone either way. They did lead for the vast majority of the second half. They were just able to keep the Netherlands at bay for the most part, led expertly by Martin Hermansson. 27 points in the end. He always comes up with the goods in terms of point scoring for Iceland. And they'll be absolutely delighted to come away with the victory here. The Dutch almost found a way back into it. And it was that start to the second half, really, that set Iceland on their way. They got themselves 13 points clear at one stage. And the Netherlands did fight back well. In fact, were able to claim the lead. They were behind for the whole of the third quarter, but by the time the fourth quarter came along, it got pretty close. They did only lead once in the whole of the second half, by the way, though, 66-64. And then Iceland started to just rebuild that advantage again. They got it as high as 9 points. They led 77-68. But then the Dutch did come back late on, and Iceland was struggling to get over the line. They were stumbling towards the finish line by the end. But they got the job done. And as I mentioned already, Martin Hermansson, so crucial to them, 8 from 12 from the field. And 8 from 8 from the foul line. That was big as well. The free throws, very, very important to Iceland. They only missed 2 in the whole game. One was right at the end when they probably had the job done. But a good free throw shooting. Made 7 from 20 three-point attempts in the end, which was a slightly better percentage than their opponents, who made 7 from 24. They hit those 2 big threes, didn't they, late on, to extend their lead from 3 to 9. Back-to-back three-pointers from Gudmundsson, and then, of course, from Hermansson. That was the moment, that was the time where that victory was sealed, really. Absolutely huge. And a good contribution. So 4 players who made double digits in terms of point scoring for Iceland. Who only had 6 players who scored in the end. Hlynnesson, who spoke about a lot in terms of being a leader in terms of point scoring in pre-qualifying, only picked up 4 points and 8 rebounds, but he did make a big contribution in the second half when things just started to get a little tough. He made 4 blocks in the end as well, which was absolutely crucial. But Fredriksson, Gudmundsson, of course, Hermansson and Steinarsson as well, all getting into double digits. And it was enough to see Iceland over the line and get a huge win on the road here in the Netherlands. Here's the roundup of the action then in Group H. Russia with a win over Italy in St. Petersburg, 92-78. And a thriller here in Almere. Iceland getting the win in their opponent's backyard.